rivals, it's Bax here to answer a very frequently asked question: who is the best ancient? And you will not believe my answer. Yes, it's Lyris. Now, Lyris is one of those ancients that you get through the daily rewards. In fact, on day 7, so chances are really good that you already have Lyris. Now, if you've tried her out at all, some of you may be thinking, she really wasn't that useful. The damage was too low, she's not as good as the other ancients. I don't see why you would think she'd be a good one. In fact, if you look at the spells, they're really not that impressive. The first one is a lightning bolt that does a little bit of damage. The overload does 40% speed increase, but other ancients do better than that. And this last spell, the third one, does much less than, say, Nyrax's third spell does. The damage is fairly low. It's not going to destroy anything by itself. And it costs a lot of mana. And so why would we want to use that? Let's just dive in and see what Lyris can do on the battlefield. I think you'll be surprised. Alright, so this is a very good type of base for her. Pretty typical base that you'll see around Stronghold 5. We're just going to send in the troops as we normally would. Have the dragons try to tank. Soldiers and wardens coming in. Most people would, with other agents, be using that first level spell. And as you can see, it really didn't do that much on the watchtower. And the overload, it's a nice speed increase, but again, that's not all that great for a 10 mana spell by itself. So most people will try an attack like that a couple times and just conclude that Lyris really isn't that good an ancient. But let's keep trying. It's always fun to experiment with ancients, and sometimes you find some hidden gems. Alright, another fairly common base. Here we have the defenses nicely grouped up, so they're going to support each other. The mana is all on the outside, so we'll do what we can to get some of that early mana. The watchtowers are covering it though, so they're already on top of it. We'll drop the wardens while it's distracted to knock out one watchtower. We'll speed up the troops here. They take down the stronghold. And if we use that third spell, it's okay, not too bad. And we just mop up the base. So another typical attack. And so most people I've talked to, or most people in my kingdom, really have never given Lyris a second thought. They've tried her a couple times, and then it really doesn't do that much for them. They'd rather use Forval or Nyrax. Let's go a few more attacks, though. Alright, on this one we have a lot of free mana on the outside. And you'll see why in a minute. This is exactly the kind of base that will shine with Lyris as your ancient. Alright, so we're just going to take our time and gather up a large amount of mana at the start, just using the dragon. We'll head back to that catapult, which is the main unit that's going to cause problem for our troops. We'll drop them down here. And now that our mana is about 15, here's where the fun starts. It's that third level spell, the Unstable Current. And we're going to drop our troops near where those buildings are. And you can see that spell coming into play quite a bit. Now the thing is though, I haven't recast that spell. We're seeing something going on that happens even without having to use additional mana. So that gives us a win at Streak 8, a new relic chest. Let's see what we get here. A mana vial, okay. Alright, let's take her in for another attack, and again we're going to try to focus on that third spell, the Unstable Current. And I saw this base and I was thinking, this is going to be a good one. Let me show you why. Well, first of all, the damage of all her spells, the Lightning and the Unstable Current, do increase very nicely as you go up in level. So they look a little weak at the start. But here's the key thing. If destroyed within 20 seconds, the spell is recast on a nearby target. So that's the cool thing. If you can kill the building which has been targeted by the Unstable Current spell, it will cast over and over. And in addition to the damage on that one building, it gives additional damage to nearby targets. So the total amount of damage from this spell is huge. It can just absolutely wipe out a base like nothing else. A friend using it for the first time called it the popcorn effect. The kernels just go off, boom, boom, boom. Alright, so we spent a little Primus there to go ahead and level her up. I'm going to do that some more when I get some more lightning Primus, and as usual, we'll get that mana up from the dragons at the start. The watchtower is attacking. We use our ones to knock that out. No problem there. Alright, we're coming up on our 15 mana. There we are. And let's let it loose. Alright, so it's on the catapult right now. Onto the gold smelter. Whoa, look at that. Bam, 3, 4, 5 buildings. And here's actually what I like to use the lightning for, is to hit a target that's already been hurt by the unstable current when my troops aren't near it, so that the chain reaction will continue. And you have a good 20 seconds to destroy that building too, so it's not like you have to do it right away. That effect will linger on for a little bit. And what you want to look for is that kind of pink shimmering effect on the spell. And I don't know how many times I played with Lyris before I even noticed that there was that pink indication of the spell. Alright, so we'll continue here with our new standard protocol for Lyris. We'll get that extra mana. Just use the dragon for sniping. Now he's locked on there. From the watchtower, we're going to knock that out rather than use up another flyby from Forvel. That's a good tip to use, by the way. If your dragon is out of the ability to fly out and he's about to get shot down, deploy another troop quickly to knock down the unit that's attacking it. Alright, so now the fun begins. 1, 2, 3 buildings, 4 buildings, 5 buildings, 6 buildings, 7, 8 buildings, 9 buildings. 9 buildings were killed by that one spell without having to recast anything. That is incredibly powerful. That is why I think Lyris is one of the most fun, the most neglected, and most under-respected ancients in all of the game, especially at low levels, when your bases that you're facing leave out all that mana for you to grab on the outside. Now at higher levels, when you're facing bases that don't leave all the mana easy to get, she's just not as effective, and that's probably why she's not as popular. Here at Stronghold level 5, there's another building, a defense that we need to build, a Primus Conduit, in addition to the Skywatcher. And after that, we're going to be heading to Stronghold 6 pretty soon. So, hope you enjoy this, and let me know how you like Lyris as your ancient.